every meltdown in the grocery aisle, the screaming, the stares, the feeling that everyone is judging you. Every homework sheet crumpled up on the floor while you sit there wondering why something so small feels like climbing a mountain. Every note home from the teacher, written in red ink, reminding you yet again that your child didn't follow the rules. People told me my child was spoiled, undisciplined, or lazy, and honestly, I believed him. I thought maybe I was failing as a parent, that I wasn't strict enough, that maybe I wasn't patient enough. If you've ever felt the same, like the world is judging you for your child's behavior, you're not alone. I remember standing in the middle of a store with my son on the ground, screaming so loudly that heads turned from every aisle. Other parents walked by, shaking their heads, whispering words they didn't think I could hear. One even said, "That child needs discipline." And in that moment, I wanted to disappear. The truth, I wasn't a bad parent, and my son wasn't a bad kid. But back then, I didn't know that yet. If you're a parent like me, you know this cycle. Mornings that start in chaos, where shoes are missing and tempers are already high. School days full of calls from teachers, the kind that make your stomach drop the second you see the school's number on your phone. Nights that end in tears, yours and theirs, with slammed doors, yelling, and then silence that feels heavier than the noise. It feels like Groundhog Day. Every day, the same battles. Shoes never on when it's time to leave. Homework mysteriously forgotten or lost somewhere between school and home. And big emotions that explode out of nowhere. 1 second laughter, the next screaming. And after the battles comes the guilt. The guilt after yelling. The guilt after losing patience. The guilt after bedtime when the house is finally quiet, but your heart is heavy. I sat in my car one night after another meltdown, crying so hard I couldn't drive. I whispered to myself, "I'm failing him. I'm failing us." If you've been there, I want you to hear me. You are not alone, and you are not failing. You're just missing the right tools. Here's what shocked me. ADHD isn't bad parenting. It isn't laziness. It's an invisible disability that changes how the brain works. An ADHD brain struggles with things that look simple from the outside. Brushing teeth becomes a battle. Sitting through class feels impossible. Finishing chores ends before it begins. But here's the twist. The same brain can hyperfocus for hours on what they love. I once watched my son build Lego for 4 straight hours without moving. No reminders, no meltdowns, just pure focus. And that's when it hit me. My child wasn't broken. His brain was just wired differently. ADHD means time feels different. Emotions hit harder. Attention shifts faster. It isn't about won't. It's about can't yet. And once you understand that, everything changes. When I stopped blaming myself and started learning about ADHD, our world slowly shifted. I discovered strategies that worked with his brain, not against it. The first big shift was breaking tasks into micro steps. Asking my son to do homework was like telling him to climb Mount Everest. But when we broke it down, take out your pencil, write your name, do question 1, suddenly it became doable. The second shift was using checklists and timers. Visual reminders became lifesavers. We used checklists for morning routines, timers for short bursts of focus, 10 minutes of work, 2 minutes of movement. Instead of nagging, the timer did the talking. The third shift was creating calm spaces. When emotions ran high, telling him to calm down never worked. But a calm corner with pillows, breathing cards, and music gave him a place to reset. And the fourth shift was teaching emotional regulation one tool at a time. We practiced naming feelings: mad, sad, frustrated, excited.
When kids can name feelings, they start to tame feelings. And I want you to hear this. These aren't magic fixes, but they are small tools that build big change over time. And that's exactly what I've put into the ADHD Parenting Bundle, the 29 pages I wish I had at the start. Handouts like tips to improve focus and attention, ADHD coping skills for kids, tips to improve morning routine, tips to improve homework completion. These aren't theories. They're practical strategies you can put on your fridge tonight and see a difference tomorrow.
Today, our home still has chaos because life with ADHD isn't perfect, but it's calmer. Bedtime isn't a battlefield every night. School mornings don't always end in tears. And most importantly, I don't feel like I'm failing anymore. I know now that my child's brain has challenges, but also strengths. Creativity, energy, persistence, big-hearted compassion. And when I parent with understanding, those strengths shine through. That's what I want for you too. A home with less yelling, fewer tears, and more connection. That's why I created the 29-page ADHD Parenting Bundle. It's everything I wish I had on day one. Practical handouts, principle checklists, strategies for kids and teens, tools for parents like us. No judgment, no complicated language, just what works. So if you ever cried in your car or felt alone in your parenting, this is for you. Click the link below and start your calmer parenting journey today, because you don't have to figure this out alone anymore. Let's do this together.